Hey everybody, this is Evan with hedgepulse.com, and in this video what we're going to go over is how can gamma and delta exposure help you make better trades, better entries, better time the market, and make more money, right? Because when you're trading, that's what you're here to do. What I'm going to show you in this video is I have already pre-recorded a full day, so it was noon yesterday when I started recording this. I let it go through the market close so you could see how the market plays out over the course of the day. I do have a Facebook group. If you're not part of it, it's the HedgePulse group on Facebook. I'll have a link in the description. So just to stay up to date on this kind of stuff and see this in action, go ahead and subscribe to the channel down below. And if you all have any questions, leave it in the comments. If you have suggestions for you to better understand it, let me know, okay? Just let me know and I'll do my best. If there's a specific one that you want to see, comment it down below and I'll try to get to it as soon as I can. Anyway, let's get into this video. See SPY, we've got 490, 485, 484, 47, 48. First threads 484, NG 483. PG for today's traded only 488, 487.52, and 487. So when we look over here, you can see the 488 right here. The light green and light pink right here are today's traded. This is the NG for today's traded. This white one is the zero gamma from the SPY open interest chart, which is the left chart. Over here on the right we have QQQ, the PG, first green, and the yellow are the zero gamma from the today's traded only, and the white is from the left side of the chart where it says QQQ GEX OI. That's the big white bar, is that true ZG. Okay, so just so you have a visual representation, here we go. Here we are going to fast forward and you're just going to hear little audio bits of me popping in, giving you tips on what to look at and what to keep an eye out for and how I expected the market to change. So first off, out of the gate, we come down in QQQ to the white line, 427.11 area, right? So we are at the ZG. How does it act around the ZG? If QQQ decides it can't really stay above the ZG level, will they go test the NG level, the 424? As soon as we get below the true ZG, that's what you want to keep an eye on, is the negative gamma. When we get above true ZG, you keep an eye on the positive gamma, the PG number. So SPY today, we're going to want to keep an eye on this 490 and 488. As long as it stays above 484.50 area, 484.48, there's a good likelihood it will go to PG, especially with all of the green across the board. Now, 490 is a bit of a move with QQQ below ZG. So I don't know that I would necessarily expect SPY to go all the way to the 490. However, with QQQ not wanting to necessarily play along this morning, the 488 is definitely close enough. So, but it may not go any higher than that. And if one is heading toward the NG level and it's below ZG, there's a good chance that the other one's going to do it. So, you just want to keep an eye on which one's kind of leading in this scenario. Now, this is not going to be the same for things like Nvidia, AMD, Apple. They are great to keep an eye on, the QQQ and the SPY, just for the overall market breadth. And once you understand this, it really helps you also understand what Nvidia, Apple, Meta, all these different stocks are likely to do also, okay? Because generally they will trade somewhat with the market. If you've got SPY and QQQ below the true ZG level, there's a good chance that tech itself is not going to do so well, right? Because tech is a huge part of SPY and QQQ. Now, you can also apply this to other things like Carnival Cruise Lines, Walmart, Home Depot, Alibaba. There's a ton of things. It's not just the tech sector itself. So, anyway, let's let this play out. Okay, so the 427 level, it's, getting pretty choppy right here, and it popped above the true ZG for QQQ, and now it's, heading back down. So you want to pay attention to the price action. See it wicked above. That means that sellers came in and sold into it. So you want to pay attention to the gamma bars in between the charts for QQQ. They should be turning negative if we're going to head toward NG. And also pay attention to the deltas to see how many puts are coming in. Puts being bought. Here on the right, you can see that QQQ is at negative 24 million right now. So, it just crossed over into the negative gamma zone for real. So, yes, it's been below the 427 level. So, it's been in the negative territory. But now we're seeing the cumulative gamma is negative. And for those of you that are more familiar with the flip point, that is more so what these middle bars signify. So on the right side, you have gamma negative 136 and negative 9,000, which is $9 billion, 9,000 millions. So now it's at negative 11, negative 10. It's going to jump back and forth a lot and very quickly. But that tells me, they're trying to push for that 424 for sure, because, that's fairly negative on the day. You also see below that negative 223 million in negative delta. So there's been quite a bit of put buying, and the gamma exposure is to the downside. So what does that mean? So when the market moves down, market makers have to sell into it, okay? When you're below the ZG, if you have a bunch of put buyers coming in, like we have in this exact case, market makers, to hedge, they will have to also sell. But they're going to have to sell QQQ itself or NASDAQ futures. They're going to have to go short to gamma hedge. So we're looking at a total of negative 10 billion gamma and almost negative 300 million delta. Now, as you can see here, we're pegged out at the bottom, 424.03. When you see these bars pegged out like this and we're at the NG level, there's a good chance that that's it. We're going to turn around. That's the bottom for the day. There's a very good chance that is the bottom for today. Let's see how it plays out. If that is the bottom, I would expect to see SPY is still above its ZG level. It's still $1 above it. So I would fully expect it. Okay, now the PG moved down to 486. There's a chance this could run up and go back to 488. Okay, 490 probably out of the question. That's a little bit of a stretch. But if QQQ is going to bounce here, which it is so far, so let's let's go ahead and run it. So coming into the end of the day, we have SPY 487. Can it go to the 488? That's the PG level, the big green bar. That's what we're looking for. So here you see we ran straight back up to the PG level from today's traded on SPY, tagged it right into the close. You know, with SPY, the look of the day, so it started out, it goes up, test out the PG. It's barely staying above the yellow line, which is the true ZG for today's traded, right? It can't really stay above it. It goes down. Same with QQQ. It ran down. Now QQQ, the ZG was that white line. So on the right chart, the white line was the true ZG. When it gets below that, that's when you can expect things to get a little ugly. And it did. It goes down, tags NG. They're pretty much hedged up, and up we go. So anyway, if you like this video, hit that like button. Stay up to date, hit the subscribe. Join the group. We have plenty of case studies and things on the group. And if you want to sign up for HedgePulse, go to hedgepulse.com. Talk to y'all later.